No, it's part of the shtick.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Voice of the Wild. Do you think we could do a whole episode where you don't open our mouth? Can you speak without opening your mouth?
100% easy.
So
you're making an absolute meal out of it. Just relax. Don't like that.
So do you think there could be a hook
What?
to a podcast? So like the whole thing is that,
And we just bring on different guests and different
No.
celebrities and like, oh
And
no,
they have to do
don't
it.
untouch your teeth.
Well, what about you
Kenneth
do it?
Branagh.
Yeah, Kenneth Branagh. Well, people who are known for their diction.
Yeah.
Or we get like sort of hardcore geopolitical stuff.
Yeah.
So you get like former Israeli like defense.
Well, I feel like a lot of politicians actually speak like that anyway.
It'd be good to get an Israeli and a Palestinian either side,
Yeah.
and they have to speak like this.
But they'd be shouting, but going, I don't know. Would we do like...
From the land to the sea.
We'll be free. Sorry, who will be free? We'll be free. Which side are you on?
I don't know who would help discourse.
I think it would...
Do you know what I mean?
I don't think you could be too... It quite hurts.
What would you call it? You know,
teeth together, minds open.
Minds open,
Teeth together. Or
as opposed
minds
to
apart.
as opposed to what we have in this current state, which is
minds
together,
closed, teeth open. Mouths closed, minds apart.
Yes, no, hello, welcome. I'm wearing white pants. I'm wearing a pair of white pants.
Oh, you are wearing a pair of white pants. Are these both new today?
Oh no, this was new.
I'm the one who gets all the post.
Yeah. To be fair, it is quite humiliating.
Yeah.
And
So it's embarrassing when I get your post and I now like, oh, new outfit, is it?
No,
From Uniqlo?
I feel bad because
Uniqlo?
No, it's not. No.
Why'd you go?
Nice, because I've actually got a pair of these from Uniqlo and they were too cheap.
So what did you get from Uniqlo today then?
I got a big fluffy fleece,
Right,
which
okay.
is only
So you did
to be
get
worn.
something, yeah,
I did, which is only to be worn indoors.
Is that the instructions that Uniqlo gave you?
Yeah, only to be worn indoors.
Yeah.
But no, I've got white pants,
Yeah.
which I think a good pair of white pants. It's a mindset.
They're cream.
Mindset. Yeah, fine. Cream white. It's a mindset, and it's a level of confidence, which is I'm not going to shit myself today.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the energy I want to try and bring into 2024.
Is that your New Year's resolution?
It's not my New Year's resolution not to shit myself.
Right.
But it's starting the year right, you know, and I want to G up some of the listeners of the podcast to grab 2024 by the balls.
It's for the people who are in their save later items. There's a pair of white pants.
Yeah,
but they just won't get it because they're too worried about shitting themselves.
It's the good thing about a pair of white or cream pants is it's a mindset. All right,
you've covered this ground. You can't just do that with being more forthright and more hand gestures.
No, but my New Year's resolution 2024 is going to be my year. Is it going to be your year? Have you
I'm
got
just on this. I need to get some new clothes as well. This is whether it's my year as well.
I think 2024 you got to start.
I've got
new
I
clothes.
can't afford it, but I think every now and again you just have to.
You got to.
It's getting my wardrobes. Where do things go?
They're gone.
Where do they go? They're gone forever, aren't they?
They're gone. And you got
every now and again.
You got to see it as a very expensive subscription, which is it's like the most expensive subscription in the world, apart from rent.
It just disappears.
Yeah.
Everything's got. All of my clothes are gone. It's a fucking nightmare. But then there's like 5 items.
What style are you going to go? What if you had to describe
Jamiroquai in all of his videos?
So you're going to that's going to be the energy
virtual
you bring.
insanity video.
That's going to be what you're bringing in 2024.
There's one guy. There's one guy at work. Who he goes into the office fairly regularly. When we're on a meeting, he has to sit in because he can't do a meeting in the ball pit or whatever you'd call it. So he has to go in an office by himself, and it's like a massive meeting room. So he's like at the end of one desk with a camera, and he looks like it's like a low angle camera, and he's like sitting like that, so he looks like he's in a noughties Jamiroquai music video every time. Can't take him seriously. It's the best thing I've ever seen.
Does he wear the hat?
He doesn't wear the hat. No, I don't get confused. Well, I mean, he could lean into it. But yeah, no, Jamiroquai, big hats, funny pants, Sydney for summer romance.
Yeah.
But
is 2024 going to be your year?
Nah.
No, there's not this one. You're going to wait till 2025.
Well, maybe. I reckon around something like 2028 is when I'll start hitting my stride.
2024.
Is it your year?
It's going to be my year. Resolution. I talked about this in the pod, but scary big. That's going to be my resolution.
Scary big.
I'm going to get scary big. And I think maybe we should have an arms race, sort of like the Russians and Americans.
Are we talking about
getting swole? I'm going to get physically huge.
Yeah.
You
have started off well with that because you haven't stopped. You haven't stopped pumping iron.
I've been pumping a lot of iron. I mean, it's quite embarrassing because I did work out quite a bit in Bali, and since I've come back, I've avoided the gym because I think it's incredibly embarrassing to be seen in the gym for the first time in January.
Yeah,
so I'm going to wait till February before I hit the gym.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm doing Bloggolates in my room.
That's what I can hear up here.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Bloggolates?
Well, it's sort of calisthenics, you know, doing
you're
weights
one
without.
Of those guys, aren't you?
Yeah. And then BB just does this arm exercise, which is a tiny California lady with a squeaky voice.
Yeah.
But man, it tones you. To be honest, on the Patreon,
everything
on the Patreon, I reckon we should maybe have a go at the arm workout.
That's fine. Yeah.
So it's basically holding your arms up for like 15 minutes, but doing different things. I'd like to see.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every workout you'll ever do is the best thing in the world.
It's crazy.
Every time when you say I've done this, it's obviously going to be, it tones you unbelievably. Everything's unbelievable about it.
But there is a human. You're in the gym in January. Are you spotting anything of like?
It hasn't been as busy as I thought it was because I've been going throughout December and it did get pretty quiet. And then I was reveling in that, and then I was warned that it's going to get pretty terrible at the start. It's been all right.
Yeah,
there's been a slight.
But you
increase
understand it is embarrassing. To
Everyone knew. I'm like, fucking hell.
To rock
you
up.
See, well, because you get the bobbers. So everyone. I go swimming quite frequently, and there's people that. There's middle-aged men who kind of go there and they just bob in between the lanes. It's a nightmare. But the bobbers also go to the gym. And the thing about them is that they're
bobbing around.
They wear 3/4 length like cargo pants. And then
that makes sense.
And then like rock climbing shoes with ankle socks and thick rugby shirts with collars.
Yeah.
And then they go on one machine and they just go like that. For fucking ages, like the lowest weight, but the most intensity. They don't really understand about like increasing the weight, and then they kind of walk suspiciously around, not really knowing exactly. They don't trust any machine, but as soon as they go on it, they're like look around and then just go fucking manic like that, do it as hard as they can, and they stop, and then they like. And then they just get on. Then they like run as fast as they can on the treadmill for like a bit. It's fucking crazy. And so you see a lot of them coming in, which is great fun. Yeah. Everyone's welcome. But it is funny seeing the people wandering in for the first time, and they're clearly like, one is fair. You've got to suss out the layout of stuff. But this is like they have never seen this equipment before in their life. They're literally just.
But they're giving it a go. They're honking on anything.
And it's it's one of the funniest things. And I feel bad because it's like good for you, get in there, do your thing.
Yeah.
But it's fucking hilarious seeing someone just like approaching a piece of gym equipment like it's a wild animal they've never seen before. They're just
and then jumping on its back.
And then jumping on and just being like. So you get a lot of those guys coming in, and it's sweet. It's sweet. I do feel bad, but they just look terrified. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, no one gives a fuck. The thing about no one gives a fuck. No one's actually looking at you. I'm now going in some because I wear like these trackies. Yeah. I've just because you don't want to keep washing them because you're just going to get sweaty in them. So I'm just going in some pretty horrible like stained trackies.
Yeah, that's something. I don't want to keep washing stuff. I don't know what the.
I've just give up. People don't care. People don't give a fuck.
That you're stinky.
Stinky. Don't be too stinky. I don't think you should be stinky because you don't want to sit and like if you wipe your stuff down. But this is a men's
mental and physical health podcast, so we should be saying
primarily
that everyone needs to hit it this year.
Yeah,
you know? And I think, and even the ladies, if you're starting to feel confidence about your body, just know it's not good enough.
Yeah,
you need to get in better shape.
Yeah, that's the message. You're not good enough. Go to the gym.
It's never enough.
Yeah, and everyone cares.
But maybe we should put in a diary.
I like doing that. Let's do that workout on the Patreon. That's funny.
We should maybe put in a diary like a sort of bodybuilding event for like the end of the year, and then we could see who places higher.
What? For between us two. Yeah.
I wanna race to see who can get the most swole.
Who can get the most swole? How are we gonna measure it? Are we gonna do it by?
And then, if you lose, you're not allowed to do any exercise for 3 years.
I was thinking 2. You go 3. Yeah, 3 years. Yeah, and you have to eat horribly.
You
basically have to get fat and increase your risk of heart disease by 50%.
The stakes have never
been higher. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm done. Well, by the end of the year. How about this time next year?
How
funny would it be if this time next year we're both just
oiled up,
sat there? I do think we'd have the same conversations because I just don't think we would.
We'd be a lot more clear-headed. I don't know. I think we'd be a lot
clear-headed. That's what you went for as your first.
I think. Well, we would.
Do you think happier?
we'd be happier and more naive. I think we'd become less
naive.
Yeah, I think we'd become naive. We'd become, I don't know, we'd be less cerebral. I feel
we're not exactly not naive now.
We'd be men of the arms.
Well,
at the moment we're men of the mind. You know.
Yeah.
But then we think with our biceps. You know. At the moment, all we've got is our minds. Then it's like mind is like third or fourth because we've got tries, bis, you know, other muscles.
So with
glutes.
the increasing quantity of our muscles, you think... Are you saying that because more blood is flowing to them, there's less that's going to the brain, or is it just that why do we need to think when look at my triceps?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, oh, what? There's something going on in
I
the arm.
think you'd be a lot more serious. I think it's hard to be
sincere.
Maybe. You'd be. You don't see like swole people being the goofiest goobers in general.
No.
I feel that's.
There's the fat people, but not muscular.
There's always a scale.
Yeah, because they take too much pride. They take too much pride in their own body, so therefore you take too much pride in yourself.
Yeah, and I don't know. Has there ever been a great thinker in bodybuilder shape? Like a world-class, true visionary thinker. Has that ever?
They're all motivational speakers.
Yeah, it's fucking what's his name? Robbins.
Yeah. No.
Release the beast within.
Yeah, there's too many Robins.
But then he's got an actual disorder where he's got giantism.
He's got his head is massive.
Yeah.
I don't think it really counts.
No.
If you're that big, but it's like you've got to have it because your head's twice the size.
But is he a great thinker?
He looks a little bit
like
if you did loads of steroids and became a motivational
well, that's
speaker.
Me next year.
You might look a bit like him.
Release the beast within. That's going to be a lot of the energy of this podcast. This is what I'm saying to everyone. You've got to release the beast within. You know.
I don't think there hasn't been a revolutionary kind of.
So when I was in Bali, I used my dad's personal trainer, and there's something there is. If I'm really rich and successful, you want like a personal trainer who sort of, there's something nice about having a man who like richly humiliates you. Do you know what I mean? So like, no matter how powerful you are, like, no matter how powerful you are in day-to-day life.
I don't have these fantasies, so I have no idea.
You know, mate, let's say I'm a CEO of a major company, and like all the time there's subordinates, and I'm not treating them well. You know,
right?
It's sort of like
it's like a dominatrix.
Yeah. And then when I have go to my PT sessions, I have this one man who can do what he tells me I'm a piece of shit. That's kind of how I'd like my PT sessions to be. To be honest, ideally, I'd want my PT to look like a medieval torturer.
What happened in
Bali? That would be the sort of thing. So he'd be like a sort of a gnarled gnome figure, and then he'd like put me in like different contractions, you know, and he'd be like.
I think you are just describing a dominatrix. What happened in Bali? What did the personal trainer do to you?
I want a PT like a medieval torturer, and then I want an offensively Asian stereotype for yoga.
Right, I was about to say, what does offensively Asian mean? I'm really glad you added in stereotype after that, because that was about to be a problem.
Well, people could be too Asian that's offensive.
Let's talk about that. No, they can't.
You can see someone who's just
that's
can't. Too Asian.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You know, like...
What's too Asian? Describe something that's too Asian.
Doing kung fu in one of those hats.
Yeah.
I just feel like
in
that's too
hat?
The pointy
those
hat.
rice patty
if you're doing that, it's like, come on, lads. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't. So you go there, you're like,
Jesus Christ!
Come on,
rain it in, lad.
Or your reaction is if you see someone doing like a wee on the street, you're like, oh, come on.
And then he's doing that, but he's like catching rice with chopsticks in midair.
That's
offensively Asian.
I think they were doing an offensive parody if that was happening. I don't think kung fu in one of those paddy field hats, whatever they're called. I'm not going.
No, but he's like that, and he's
Jesus.
Catching rice. It's like
that.
Lad,
I'm like, is this offensive performance art? Like, what? Yeah,
because it's not helping the community. I feel.
No, it's not exactly
when
pushing.
When you got fellas doing that, it's like, lads, come on.
No, yeah, you want to see more representation.
But I want someone like that doing my yoga classes. So after I've had the medieval
yoga or PT. Oh right,
yoga. So I have two different sessions.
Yeah,
a day.
One to kind of roll you up.
Yeah, and then one where I'm not only doing yoga, but then he will give me like, I don't know, we're doing chants, and maybe he gives me some mantras, life lessons, and he's filled with wisdom. And whenever I'm at like a loss in kind of my story, he won't tell me what to do.
Yeah,
but he might give me like a proverb that relates to my situation.
Right,
you know, the water is
and he'll
always
say like,
runs fastest at the top.
Yeah, in broken English. And you're like, ah.
Sort of speaks like Yoda, kind of.
Right, yeah, okay.
That's my dream. That's my dream sit.
So when I'm CEO of this business, when we're joint CEO of this business, I reckon
we're huge.
We're massive. And we're so successful and famous and rich. So you go to the personal trainer who berates you, then you go to the kind of yoga guy who centers you. I reckon I'd go to the yoga guy as well after you, but I'd just go straight to the dominatrix. I'd go and get like pissed on and my balls tortured and stuff.
I guess he would piss on you if he's a medieval torturer. I guess that would be in his wheelhouse.
The medieval torture isn't the main thing that I have to hit here. Yeah, that's more your interpretation of it.
Hunchback.
It's fulfilling the same thing. It's
big nose with a wart on it.
Yeah.
That's what I want for my PT.
So you don't want a personal trainer who's got any qualifications in physical fitness. He's this troll man who's got no muscles whatsoever. Just goes around the gym like, has got no qualifications. He's just dropping weights on you.
To run like a wolf, you must first become the sparrow.
I know what to do to the Japan deal now. Yeah, no, this is good.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is.
And then then you're ready for your morning meeting.
That's great.
Yeah, no, that works.
That's all before 4 a.m.
Oh God, yeah.
That starts at 2. PT sessions at 2. Yoga at 3. Emails at 4.
That means I've got to get like sexually.
You're in bed by 6 p.m.
Yeah,
you're asleep by 6.
But I think still. Wait, what time was your PT session?
My PT session's at 2 in the morning. So that's when I wake
so I've
up.
got to go to a dominatrix at 2 in the morning. But when I've just woken up.
Yeah, woken up. It's a morning thing. It's not.
Imagine getting up for your dominatrix appointment in the morning. Coffee, cereal before I'm knackered, get in there and then just get spat on and your balls tortured.
In bed by 4, reading self-help books till 6, and then I'm asleep.
Yeah,
that's a day.
It's a great thing to like live. It's a great thing to live the time frame of like these incredibly efficient people, but do entirely inefficient things. Wake up at 3 to just have a wank and just
and go.
Yeah. And then read comics for another hour and then play on your PlayStation.
It's amazing. You got like an alarm. Oh shit! Right.
The Golden Glow. No, quickly, a quick response actually.
A clapback.
Because some people have said we don't engage in our community enough, which is fair.
Yeah.
But someone commented. We discussed the white towel I received on last week's podcast, and someone commented saying, a bit sarkily, might I add,
you may.
saying that if you wash your bottom properly, there should be no chance of like mucky bum coming on the towel, right? Not in those words, but whatever.
Yeah.
I think you replied being like, I don't think you understand how mucky our bums are, which is fair. However, I would also just like to say, I agree. The chances of you shouldn't. But like, why are we allowing a chance of it to happen?
Yeah.
Of course,
You're
maybe
not assuming.
I'm not perfect. Maybe one day I don't wash my bum perfectly. I think we can all say
you're being very vulnerable right now.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Why should there be a chance of it coming on the towel? Why not just make it a black towel and there be no chance of it whatsoever? Do you not agree?
I think this would be not perfect. It'd be one of the funniest things if you got an aneurysm and died right now. The last thing you said. And like, the Poverty's Nerfic was the sign that your brain was like dying.
Poverty's Nerfic, it was a genuine accident.
Andrew?
Nobody's nerfing.
The last thing you were talking about, that you might not clean your ass properly.
Nobody's nerfing. Yeah. Look, I'm not perfect. I might not clean my bum every time perfectly. Die. But look, so I think it's like, do you guys not wash your bums? That was what it was intended.
Sometimes.
I'm not perfectly every day.
Yeah.
And if you think you do every day, you're lying to yourself. Yeah. And all I'm saying is, why is a white towel the classy thing to do?
Yeah.
I think, if anything, it's the least classy thing.
Yeah. I'd have it with poo emojis on it.
Yeah. Why?
That's classy.
But how would that work?
On a white
So is
towel.
it just like on a white towel? I was going to say, yeah. And you'd probably fucking miss. Anyway, we're not going into that. But that's why white towel responds. I don't know who did it, but feel free to respond, white towel lady.
Yeah.
But we see your tone and we counter it with.
Oh, and I want to reiterate. We don't respond to comments, but we read every single one.
Every single one.
So we are reading. So keep commenting, even if we don't respond.
Yeah, because often there isn't much to say, other than this.
The
Golden Globes happened. A lot happened.
Feels like the movies are back in town, doesn't it?
Are we on Radio 4? That felt really live radio-y. I guess so.
Do you know what I mean? It feels like... Because we had a couple of dud years, obviously COVID. But
Yes.
it's starting to feel like...
There's some films.
The engine's fucking turning
Yeah,
again.
yeah. I agree.
Because obviously we had Barbie, Oppenheimer, but now I guess that we haven't had a proper awards run with Goss, with red carpety stuff.
Celebrities are back in vogue.
Because I guess like there was the Oscars where Will Smith smacked someone, but apart from that was the only thing.
I do think about that quite regularly.
It's still
it's the best day of my life.
And now they're broken up. And Will Smith's bi. He's been shagging dudes.
Has he?
Yeah.
I don't think that.
So it's come out that so she cheats on him all the time, and they're trying to work through their marriage, but then he also regularly sleeps with men. They have like an open marriage.
When did this come out? Did this come on their podcast?
This on their Facebook podcast, that premiered on Facebook Watch.
Like talking.
Yeah. No, I think this happened as he started talking about it more and more. And Will Smith,
I feel like
Will Smith
Will
Smith always talks about this sort of stuff.
What, that he's gay?
No, but he always I don't know where he gets these interviews, but he's always revealing personal details about his life.
But he gets them from that podcast.
But he does it as if
he's being held captive.
As if this is like a shocking personal revelation when he just doesn't stop revealing stuff about his personal life.
No, it's fairly shocking if he's bi.
I think I do think he's been shagging. I forgot who, but yeah, he's having gay sex.
They're not together split anymore. Up? Oh, because she went on. She's been doing this book run.
Yeah.
And she went on like Diary of a CEO, didn't she?
Did she?
Yeah.
Yes, you might have.
We don't know anything.
Yeah,
can we not cover this because we don't know anything?
Anyway,
we've got so much.
We've got a lot
about.
to talk about. Golden Globes.
Yeah, the movies are back in town. That's the headlight.
Yeah.
The headlight. The highlight. The headline.
Who am I?
Who am I?
Poverty's
Who are we? Poverty's Let's just start with this. Barry Keoghan.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
It annoys me that you don't pronounce it Keoghan.
Yeah.
But I've read recently the G is pronounced.
Yeah.
Therefore it's Keoghan.
And he doesn't look dissimilar to you. I mean, he's Irish and you're Irish and you both got that.
When I haven't been in the sun,
Yeah.
we've both got the same slightly ill.
Yeah, so
thing
I'm saying
going
that
on.
the Kerwins way back when
we could absolutely have
may have been doing jigs with the Keogans. Kerwin could be
Keoghan and I think he's pronouncing it wrong.
What do you think it's Kerwin?
No, I think it's Kerwin.
Barry Keoghan.
I think it's Kerwin. Barry Kerwin. There's going to be a lot of Barry Kerwins in the world, to be honest. Barry Kerwin. Why is his name Barry? Barry's not really an Irish name, is it? Barry? Anyway, I should take offence, I feel, for saying that we have done jigs together. It implies that everyone in Ireland is, doing jigs. If I was more Irish...
Prove me wrong.
I can't. I haven't been there for... I haven't been there for
What were they doing?
They were jigging.
Exactly.
Up and down the streets. Right. So, I used to love this guy.
Sure. He's been in a lot.
He's been in a lot.
Yeah.
He always plays...
He's just let's get that weird little... doing like, who's that? Can we get, who's that weird little...
Yeah, who's that weird little... Yeah.
Let's get him in there and just make him be all fucking intense and weird and shit. And just chuck him in, yeah.
So he always plays a sociopath.
Yeah.
And I think... I haven't watched many interviews with him, but is he a bit spectrum-y?
No. What Mike says... Mike says...
Does he overdo it? Anyway,
Mike Rice, who has friends mutual friends. Apparently, he grew up in care. That's quite well known. He grew up in like a foster home.
Yeah.
And Mike says, I don't want to be quoted on this, that he might have alcohol fetal syndrome. So his mother was doing drugs or drink while he was in the womb.
Which means is that why he looks like a lesbian?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's what gives you that's how lesbians.
Thanks for saying that we're similar, by the way. So you've just...
But
should we get Mum on the phone and see if she was down in the booze whilst I was in the womb?
You look like an American soccer player, female soccer player. You're not a part of the winning US women's team.
Well, annoyingly, we did annoyingly we did work. We did look who like a fun work question when we're all bonding at work. We did who looks the most. Who do you look like? Who's your looker like? Fucking Judith Butler. Annoyingly, I forgot the best one.
The fucking
Danish Prime Minister.
It's Danish, isn't it? It is Danish.
Yeah, Danish Prime Minister.
Unbelievable.
Look it up.
It's
unbelievable. I look exactly.
But she doesn't look like a lesbian, to be fair to her.
So she just looks like. So who do I look like a woman, or she just like a man?
No, I don't know. I think you guys meet in the middle, together in harmony. You're like, I can imagine you spinning away, and you're like, you meet.
It's
together.
Like we're a bit like you know when you've got one side of the camera and then you flip it. You know. Yeah. It's like front and back camera.
And you're fucking
and it's just like, oh, it's weird. So if I flip mine, I'm her, and if she flips hers, she's mine.
She's you.
Yeah,
she's mine.
I'm hers and mine his. It's all very strange.
So Barry Keoghan.
So Keoghan Blang.
Yeah.
One. So I don't. There's something
Where
about him.
Where did you first see Barry? What was his first big one? What was his first big one?
So he did Banshees, but before that he was in
all the Nolan things. Yes, well that was his best.
Killing
one.
of a Sacred Deer. Yeah. That was the 100% best one, but he was in something before that. He did Batman, which he's about. He didn't really. He's just going to be the Joker, but he was in the Batman, but you didn't really see.
But what was his big one? The first one we saw, because Killing of a Sacred Deer was his first proper role.
Yeah, but there was something before.
And then he
that.
had like a nothing role in Chernobyl.
There was something before that,
Chernobyl.
And I was like, "Who's this? Who's this little gremlin man?" But he was.
And that was his shtick.
That was his shtick. Well, let's find out because it is.
What's it? Fucking, we all know it. It's annoying. It's annoying me.
He was in Dunkirk, but
yes,
that wasn't not it.
That wasn't his first one.
Oh, he's in June. Of course, he's in June. Part 2. It's not coming up. 71.
Was he? Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, but there was something else.
There was something else. Was it a TV thing?
I don't
know.
Like
a BBC thing.
It's not.
I remember thinking, who is that little fella? That's an extraordinary looking little fella.
Me too. I completely remember this, but it's not. I guess it wasn't. There was something before Killing of a Sacred Deer. That was 2017. Yeah. Dunkirk was 2017 as well. Must have been Dunkirk. I think it might have been Dunkirk.
Really?
I think he had a fairly big part in Dunkirk, and we would have both seen it. We saw Dunkirk together.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was quite big in Dunkirk.
Who's that little fella?
Yeah, because we saw it. We were sat on the front row of the cinema. I really remember Dunkirk. Yeah. And we were right up there going, who's that little guy? Hello, mate. But yeah, so he's obviously... I don't know if...
He's the freak of the week.
He's the freak of the week and he rocking it like he can and he will. I'm not really sure about him. He's starting to annoy me. He's got that glint of like, oh, I've made it kind of thing.
He's fucking and sucking.
He's fucking and sucking like it's no one's business, but he's making it everyone's business. Yeah. And that's a big no-no in my book. Right, okay, is he hot?
Well, so, because I'm trying to work a bit about this at the moment, about how what women find attractive, there's no laws to it. There's no rhyme or reason. It's sort of amorphous. It is the wind. It is the air. It doesn't have, you know, men, there's a fascistic order. There's like, you know, this rules, But with girls,
there's like measurements and kind of degrees.
It's like a scientist, you know. With girls, it's like a lock of my hair into the potion and, you know, star
But then
sign.
if there's one thing that like changes slightly, then it can go
and then it disappears.
Like if his nose is slightly too small.
Upon contact with air, you know.
Yeah. It's a tough world out there.
So Barry now is being seen as hot.
Well, but so what my sense of the trend has been that he was previously perceived as hot, but his appearance at the Golden Globes, people went off him.
No.
Because he looked like a big old lesbian.
Yeah. And he does look queer. He's queer baiting.
Maybe he is queer baiting, actually. Elle used to find him attractive. And then she said, look, he looks like a lesbian. And then she went, well, that's ruined it for me. And then there's this whole TikTok trend of him.
I guess part of me worried for Barry because he was being taken in with the fact, I'm a hot guy now. And it's like, you're going to be chewed up and spat out.
Yeah.
You know, guys...
You're the flavour of the week.
Guys with wonky faces, all right? Speaking as one myself, you know... You could be the freak of the week, but it's like you're only going to get a week. Oh, it's kind of interesting for a bit.
You've really got to lock down a shorty in that week.
You gotta lock him down hard.
Otherwise you're
then
fucked.
there's going to be something's changed. You know, He's the definition of just a...
Because it takes one slightly skewy haircut to
And then it's-
like, oh no, your face is just...
No, he's standing on the red carpet with Jacob Elordi, and he's
just
like,
oh.
and he's like, oh, we're just two hot guys hanging out. It's like, no, Barry.
Yeah, we're just two.
No, Barry.
No, Barry, get out of the picture. Yeah, no, I don't. I used to love him.
Yeah.
There's something I don't love. He's good, but I'm just a bit. He does.
Mike told me
he's
a
not
story.
done a different character. Every one of his
it's
characters
true.
is exactly
So you're
the
saying
same.
he's overrated,
Not yet.
but you're sort of
Unless
thinking
I
it.
need,
You're flirting with it.
I'm flirting with it.
Yeah.
It depends what he does next.
Yeah.
I need.
He's certainly not underrated.
I need him in a buddy comedy. I need him as like in like the second part.
He's got
in a
the
cop
fucking
film.
Joker coming next.
It's the same. He's just gonna go. Well, I don't know. His part, and he does it every time, is a sociopathic man who acts like a child.
Rom-com lead. Let's see that. Let's see if you
But
got them
did you see
chops.
that in every film? He's sociopathic and too childlike.
Yeah.
That's because he's like 30.
It's-
When I say
yeah.
too childlike, I mean the character. He's not
With
acting
like
to.
a
But he does
Freudian
this
thing going
He goes
on.
like,
Yeah.
and he looks up. He kind of does this child thing. Goes,
And also, I hate to say it,
Which is
but
fine.
He grew up in care, so he is already that. You know, he's already had those.
that feels like a bit below the
No,
belt.
but I'm just saying, like,
That's a bit harsh on Barry. That's unnecessary.
does he even know the cameras are on?
I feel that's too dark. Barry.
I'm saying it's the acting awards, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's like, what's going on?
He doesn't even know.
He doesn't know what a film is. He thinks he's still in the care home.
No, but you know, I'm sure he went through a lot.
Yes, he did. I'm sure. But he's the parts he's been brilliant.
Yeah.
But it's because he's played.
Now let's get something new.
He's played childlike sociopaths.
Yeah.
He's just that.
Yeah.
Looking up now. Yeah, leading the rom-com, buddy comedy, buddy cop comedy. Like I don't know. Just don't be creepy.
I think maybe a good way in would actually be the best friend in a rom-com. That could be quite a nice way in before he goes for that lead, you know. But not like a best friend whose whole thing is he like.
Can I see your pants? But no, Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah, all of them.
Banshees, Killing of a Sacred Deer, Saltburn.
Yeah.
Sociopaths. And
I have started
and
to
Killing
think-
of a Sacred Deer and Banshees, he was literally playing essentially like adult males-ish with the body,
True. Is he
with
truly,
the mind of a child.
Is he truly great at acting? It's
No.
unclear. We don't know.
We don't know yet.
We don't know.
We need a different part.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And like, I think a leading part, but just a different genre. I mean, Saltburn was kind of different because there was a bit of fun thrown in, but it wasn't, it wasn't comedy.
Yeah.
But just maybe just like a drama. I wanted to play like who would he play in a biopic? It's hard with a face like that. He could play a younger
Elephant
Willem
Man.
Dafoe. He's not Elephant Man. Jesus Christ.
I'm a human being.
It's so out of pocket.
Shout out to Bradley Cooper's performance of Elephant Man on Broadway. Do you remember this one?
No.
Where the way they did Elephant
Yes.
Man, all he did, as opposed to having all the prosthetics and stuff on stage, is he just went like this. Literally, it's it. It's just it. So he's topless and he just goes like this. It's fucking hilarious. Type in Bradley Cooper Elephant Man.
can we look
It's
at it now?
just look it up. It's just him going. It's fucking crazy.
It's so lazy
It's fucking
and
crazy.
so offensive. Did this actually happen?
Yeah. Did Bradley made an appearance at Golden Globes? I didn't see that much of it.
He did. He was he was there for Maestro, obviously.
Yeah.
And wait, hold on. Bradley Cooper, Elephant Man, and he lost. I think Best Actor was the biggest one that he was concerned about because he lost to Killian. He does look fucking heartbroken.
All that conducting.
The lie of 6 years conducting. I reckon he's had a letter, like he started thinking about it 6 years ago,
and then he's
maybe
counted that.
looked into it a bit for 4 years, and then maybe did a couple of frequent lessons in the year before, and then did loads of lessons in that year.
It's
and he's
like
counted
if
that
I
6
learned
years.
to drive this year, I did 3 lessons when I was 17.
Exactly.
It's like me saying I've been learning to
And
drive
like-
for 9 years.
and like glancing at a learner's test every year for a bit, and then being like, it took me 12 years.
That's what 12 Years a Slave's about. It's about Bradley Cooper learning to play a conductor.
Wait, so this is him, and I just want to see briefly him do it. The first still. He's not even. He's just going like. All he's doing is that. All he's doing is that.
It's great.
That is unbelievable.
It's an iconic move from Bradley.
The man has got a. He keeps doing insensitive facial things.
Yeah. He loves it.
What's wrong with him?
It's just it's an actor's mindset, you know. It's the way they see the world.
But he seems to, right, he really wants to get into the character. He's obsessed with, doing the best performance possible. But he's not getting close to either of these people.
Yeah.
By making Bernstein just have a massive nose. You'd be like, it's not accurate. If you're that obsessed with your performance, make it accurate. You can't do the Elephant Man like that.
Yeah. But maybe it spoke to a more internal truth about Bernstein.
Fuck
do you know what I mean? Like Bernstein.
Yeah. Although he didn't have a big nose, in many ways he did. In many ways he did.
It spoke to a deeper truth about the character.
Yeah, and Jewish people. Fucking ridiculous.
Can we talk about the host? So Jo Koy.
Talk about the host?
Jo Koy.
Have you ever heard of him before?
So I spoke to Mike, who knows a lot more about American comedy, who said that basically he's one of those comics who no other comics know about. He's never on TV or anything.
He's got shitloads of Instagram followers.
Huge tours. He does huge tours.
Is he like Latin American kind of?
Because like there are some Gabriel Iglesias, exactly like that.
Yeah,
does huge blockbuster tours, but no one will know who he is.
Well, in our community,
yes, obviously,
yeah.
They're not. Who is that guy in these arenas? Everyone's like, who the fuck is that?
But yes, so because there's a few of those comedians who I'm like, who you just see have unbelievable numbers, and I've never seen a joke.
Yeah,
they're often, for my taste, really bad.
Sure.
A lot of this comedy is like, it's very observational, and I guess the response would be it's observational about a culture that I'm not part of, so fuck off.
Yeah,
that's my take on it. But a lot of his jokes seem like. This isn't the monologue.
Did you watch his other jokes? I looked at some of his other stuff. I haven't seen any of his jokes.
Aggressively observational.
Okay, aggressively
observational about
I'd hate
stuff
to
our
describe
mums.
That as a guy.
Stuff our mums.
What's he like? Aggressively observational.
Chair, wall, telly, bed. But no, it's very much just on the nose. Like this is what our mums like. This. That's the kind of one I was hearing.
Yeah,
and it's geared towards a certain Latin American culture, I think.
Yeah,
but I don't think the jokes are particularly strong from what I've seen.
So
but what do I know?
It seemed like he bombed harder than anyone's ever bombed hosting the Golden Globes.
100%.
I mean, it's a tough gig. Ricky made it into an art form and made it seem easy almost, but you forget a lot of it. It's kind of like no one really wants to do it. That's why it's hard to find people. Like they had Jimmy Kimmel for like 4 years just because they couldn't find anyone else.
Yeah, Yeah,
I think it is just it's a hard gig to pull off.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, it was a colossal fuck up from him.
So we'll do one piece of defense.
Yeah,
didn't he? I think he only had 10 days to prepare.
Well, he said that.
But
that's what he said on stage.
I know he said that
in defense. But so was someone else doing it?
I don't know why. Someone might have dropped out. And why did they get Koy in?
Yeah.
It's like Koy's the man for the job. He's the only one fucking free.
Seemingly.
Disaster from start to finish.
Yeah. Did you watch all of it?
I saw
the greatest hits.
I saw the greatest hits, but then I did a bit more investigation into him.
Yeah.
Because, let's go through some of them. The famous one.
The big one.
Taylor Swift.
No, the Barbie one.
Well, there was both. I think both.
Okay, what was the Taylor Swift one?
The Taylor Swift one was such a whatever joke, but it was because of her reaction. So if you now go on his Instagram, all the Swifties are going fucking.
Well, you don't. It's like a hornet's nest. They'll kill you. They'll kill you.
I know, and so he's their new target.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift joke was something like, the only difference between the Emmys and the NFL games is that there's less camera angles of Taylor Swift at the Emmys. It wasn't worded exactly like that, but it was basically a joke about how many shots of Taylor Swift there are in the NFL nowadays.
Oh, I see. Which is not even doesn't even have like teeth.
Exactly.
It's not even offensive.
So it's annoying. It's annoying from start to finish because her response is annoying.
What's her response?
She's like, she's pissed off, and I'm like, he said nothing bad about you. He's just saying they choose to shoot you. It's more a joke about.
My boy's up there sweating.
Yeah, right. Just give him a break. I think at that point it was like, for fuck's sake, I'm not even being mean. If anything, it's a joke against the NFL broadcasters.
Yeah, and then it cuts to the NFL broadcaster.
The camera operator's going. What? Are they at the ceremony, or are they like shooting
There's
an
quite a good
NFL
sketch
game?
about that, about like a Ricky Gervais style roast comic, and then he starts roasting random people, and there's always a shot.
And there's always someone representing them there. being like,
or they're just in the audience.
I was just like,
you know, he starts roasting the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama's there, like, what the fuck?
yeah. But so that was fairly
Does a
early on.
Chilean miners joke about, and they're all there, just like
9 of them,
12,
13,
24.
23.
I think 23. We'll
I like
There's
23.
23 miners sat at the table, like, what the hell?
Hey! That's what Chileans sound like. Hey! Hey! We're stuck in there for a long time.
So that joke's fine. It's not fine. It's nothing.
It's nothing. But so like it's tough. It shows it's a tough gig as well. Like that's a nothing joke. Not offensive to Taylor.
Yeah.
I hate that she got annoyed about it. It was so frustrating.
Yeah.
But yeah, not great. But then what was the? This was the terrible.
This
one.
is the real. It's amazing. What I loved about it, and what kind of gave it almost an artistic level, was just the level of not being able to read the room. Like it was.
Well, you're kind of locked in. I don't think you can really once you've.
No, but I mean, just read the room when you're writing it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, he didn't write all of them. That's what. Do you see him say that?
Well, every single monologue, there's
Of course.
huge teams of writers.
Of course, but did you see him say
he
that?
He doesn't. Yeah, I did see him say that. But also, you choose the jokes.
Exactly.
It's a team of writers that pump it up. You choose which jokes you do.
Yeah, he
didn't get handed them while on stage.
He was like it was like he was reading it for the first time.
Yeah.
On stage, and then he was because there was once he was bombing, he was getting towards the end of it. He would like almost pre-read them and go like, and then he wouldn't sell the joke.
Yeah.
Because he gave up. It was painful and great to watch.
So the joke was, I hope I can do it justice. Oppenheimer, based on a 721-page Pulitzer Prize winning book. We've had films like Oppenheimer, and we also had films like Barbie, based on a doll with big boobies.
I think he said boobies.
Big boobies.
Which is, I think, it's a cardinal sin. I think for any comedian, saying
Big
the word
boobies.
booby sincerely, you've lost the room. You can't say boobies like that. Unless you're joking. Unless it's
boobies.
like the punchline. You can't. Big boobies. You need to say tits, or I guess, could you say tits at the Golden Globes?
Big boobies.
Big boobies. There's no bite in it. It's like a 6-year-old's joke, really.
It did feel like all the build up around Barbie, and there was like a level of at least positivity and stuff. It was just like,
this one guy.
on.
Shut up.
Jesus Christ, man. Something that did annoy me as well is people talking about like being like, this shows how you, as a woman in the arts, you can't.
Yeah, the patriarchy.
There's going to be a white man, even though he's not white.
Please
up on
don't
stage.
let Koy represent us.
It's like no one laughed in the room. No one thought it was funny.
Everyone's been like, what the fuck is
It was
this?
just one comedian fucking up. This is not
Koy
the
doesn't
patriarchy.
represent the patriarchy.
No.
Koy represents. Koy doesn't even represent his own writers at this point.
Even Koy was like, who the fuck
It's
wrote
like,
that?
what's this shit?
So I don't think that's like a deep societal issue.
It's really not. It's just the man had an aneurysm on stage. He had a full-on hissy fit. So those who haven't seen, it was going badly.
To be fair, poverty's no effect.
Poverty's not perfect. White House shouldn't exist. But there was, so for people that didn't see, these kind of jokes were happening. The room was awful. It wasn't going well. And then he went. Oh, I've only had 10 days to prepare
Come on,
this.
guys.
If you're expecting my best stuff, well, you can't, like. And he went, oh, fuck you. I think he went, yeah, fuck you, and then said, I haven't written all of these, and the ones I wrote are the ones you're laughing at.
Terrible look. It's a terrible look.
Oh. I was like, just keep going then.
Oh, it's so insecure.
Well, there was some more, because there was some good. Oh, then he just did joke about like Oppenheimer being long. Did you see that one?
No.
He was just like, really enjoyed Oppenheimer. Shame it wasn't like longer. Could have needed a bit more context, needed a bit more backstory. It just cuts to Christopher Nolan, the Killer of Earth. They're just like, we spent a long time on that film. I was like, okay,
Sure.
But it's not even that. It was like, yeah, I guess funny. It is a long film.
It is hard because you need a comedian.
What's his name?
You need a comedian doing it.
Ken Joy, not Ken.
Jen,
We're not even close.
the guy from The Hangover.
No.
Who are you talking about? Oh,
Who we're talking about?
I thought you were completely different. It's
Ken
not Ken.
Jeong.
No,
It's not Ken.
Koy Joy.
Koy Joy.
Yeah. What are you talking? Yeah.
I think that's wrong, isn't it?
Jo Koy.
Jo Koy.
Jo Koy.
Koy Joy.
Yeah, Koy Joy.
Jo Koy. Koy Joy.
What are you looking up?
I just want to see some of his... I guess those are the main ones. But there was so much more, which is great.
Yeah.
I also found a bit of gossip from the Golden Globes, which you'd be more interested than me, as you're our resident gossip.
Exactly, I'm the gossip corner.
I'm current affairs. You're gossip.
I'm showbiz goss.
So, it was obviously the first, I guess, particularly public outing for Kylie Jenner and Timothee Chalamet.
Which you're interested in. Don't deny
I am.
it. You're invested in that.
100 interested in that.
Because you're constantly wondering, does he have enough dick for that ass? You've been wondering that, and you've been talking about
I've
that
been
for a
talking
while.
about it. Yeah, I didn't get the answer at the Golden Globes.
You're genuinely.
To be honest, I got some
genuinely
evidence.
concerned.
Yeah. Well, there's a whole Patreon episode on it, isn't it? This is literally 45 minutes of us discussing whether he's got enough dick for that ass. I think we concluded that he didn't.
Yeah.
But no. I think the jury's still out. If anything,
She's like, put it in.
I have. It's in there. He's already left. He's finished, and he's like, he's gone to get.
He's like, that was incredible.
That was unbelievable. In the kitchen.
Put it in. Wow.
Put it watching a French film.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. You are. Yeah. So if you want the full initial discussion on that, subscribe to the Patreon.
Yes.
But the evidence claimed from the Golden Globes, I think, is moving towards that he doesn't have enough dick for that ass.
Ooh.
So they seemed cute, right? Sure.
There seems to be less of an industry plant couple than we first thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
Mea culpa, perhaps?
Oh, whoopsie-doozy. Me a snoozy. I think he looked a bit. Me a snoozy. Yeah. Oh. He looked a bit too gushing. Like, I think if I was Chalamet and there were questions going around, serious accusations going around as to whether I had enough dick for that ass. Serious. I wouldn't be. He was coming at her from
Ronan
like a.
Farrow's on the case.
Yeah. I wouldn't. Right. If those accusations there, I wouldn't be like. He was like leaning down, like up into her and like almost kissing her bottom lip. Like
What,
that.
are you saying that it was a performance almost?
No. I'm saying he looked a bit cucky.
Oh, I see.
Like you don't have enough dick for that ass.
Yeah.
Again, it's very limited evidence.
How would you, if you were wanting to project that you got enough dick for that ass, how would you...
I just sit like
that and ignore her?
Yeah, and she'd like try and kiss me and I'd be like...
Yeah. I mean, shh.
Yeah. Like she's trying... Like, it's almost... Right, that implies...
Yeah.
And this is a joke. That implies that she's like begging. If you're like doing that, she's like really wants. She's desperate for that dick.
Yeah.
If you're like kissing the bottom neck, she's like, please, I do have enough dick for that ass. Whereas this is like, I know I've got enough dick for that ass,
You're
but not
saying
now.
it's a joke, but everything you're saying is completely true. I think how I'd show that I have enough dick for that ass would be that. So we're all sat at tables at the Golden Globes, right? And ideally...
Yeah. What else? What a weird thing to say. That was unnecessary context at the start of this point. Right, so
there's a lot of thickies who listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
You know?
It would be really weird if they just sat in like an auditorium style, wouldn't it? For like 4 hours.
Or just sort
it's still crazy.
Just sort of milled around.
Yeah, just wandering like a drinks reception, just half small talk.
Or it's like a roller disco. So, you're sat at tables.
Or a wave pool. So when you win an award, you have to swim to the front and climb up the stairs.
Like the older ones. The older ones have to wear like armbands and stuff.
And imagine, so the host is on the stage, but imagine the shots are like when he does the Taylor Swift show, but instead of cut to Taylor Swift sat in a gown at a table, she's bobbing in a pool.
Furiously bobbing.
But anyway.
So what I would do is...
To show you had enough dick for that ass.
Yeah, I'd hopefully have a group of boys there. I'm thinking, who are my crack team
Entourage.
boys? Well, actually,
Barry
no, because it would be celebs, so they're not goons.
Barry Keoghan.
Barry Keoghan's in it.
John Cleese.
John Cleese. So I got John Cleese, one more.
John Cleese and Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman. Okay, so there's my guys.
Because you want two smallies to make you look tally.
So let's say there's...
And then you want a classic.
Let's say the layout of the table, there's a table here, table here, table here, table here. We're all sat on the edges of our tables where we can all speak to each other as a four, right?
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So within the kind of center of those 4 tables. So we have a game of like we have like a game of.
Can we change to the Hugh Davis instead?
Yeah, Hugh Davis is there.
Other than not Martin Freeman.
And we've got a cockfight going on in the middle. So like we're like fighting.
So an actual chicken.
Yeah,
fight.
they're fighting, and then we're chucking money at the and betting on it. So the four of us just have like we've turned our chair around, and she's trying to speak to me, and I'm like, shh, and I'm chucking down money like, yeah, shouting in a foreign language. Me, Martin Freeman, John Cleese, Greg Davies. Did you say
Hugh Davis?
Hugh Davis.
Oh, Greg Davis. That was just Can we put Greg in there?
So that's what I would do. I'd have a
sort
of illicit gambling going on.
Yeah, I think it would be hard to argue that the dick is too small for that ass.
And I'm shouting in, I think, Chinese, I feel, for some reason.
It's always Chinese. Yeah. When have you ever seen a cockfight represented on a film where it isn't Chinese and they're all smoking? Yeah. It's impossible. That's what all cockfights are. It's Chinese people smoking. Yeah, that works. That works well.
That's exuding a level of, big dick energy.
I think it exudes more things than big dick energy. I think my subtle kind of negging of Kylie Jenner might work a bit better than the confusion of the cockfight with John Cleese, Barry Keoghan, and Hugh Davis.
The tables as well.
Are you bending down? Are you squatting?
We turned our tables around, and then I'm sort of bending on the. So I turned my chair around. They're all talking, but we've got our own little thing going on. In the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that works. That works a lot
better. And people are gathering around because it's starting to heat up. Obviously, if you see a cockfight in the room, you're going to have a peek, aren't you?
So if you're listening, Timothy, those when these accusations are flying around, is whether
Jo Koy drops an absolute clanger, and then it cuts to just Timothee Chalamet. Me.
Jo Koy drops a clanger about whether your dick is big enough for dad ass. And then you're there cockfighting.
Embarrasses himself.
Everyone will be like, well, clearly.
Cig out of one hand, chucking down.
Yeah, shouting in Chinese.
Random currency.
Clearly that dick is too big for that ass.
Yeah, and
Well, not too big. What's this?
So before we leave, actually,
do
you want to talk about the cat? Do we have time to talk about cat?
Yeah, we got time to talk about cat.
So our listeners to the podcast will know that I'm a long-time big fan of Cat Williams, who I think is up there with maybe top 5 greatest comedians of all time, potentially. Yeah. And quite often underrated, I think, because he doesn't have a lot of mainstream shows that you'd know him from. He's much more placed to his own audience. He's got 12 specials, and every time you see a clip from it, it's always amazing. And he's managed to stay funny for years and years. He's recently gone on a podcast of someone I didn't know, Shay.
Who was a former NFL
linebacker, who's got his own cognac brand. And he's done a 3-hour interview, which is up there with one of the greatest interviews of all time, I'd say. I think it's cracking into the top 10,
Thus, I'm an hour through.
Like Frost Nixon.
If I understood a bit more, it would. I don't understand. I understand 70% of it.
It is exclusively about American black culture between 1995 and 2003.
In a lot of urban vernacular, which I can struggle with at times. Look, I hold my hands up. I don't get all of it. I've been sitting there going, what? Because they'll reference films and movies like it's the biggest thing ever, which I've had to look up anyway.
Mark Norman actually said quite a funny thing, saying that the Cat Williams interview was like the Epstein flight logs for black people. Because Cat came after pretty much every famous black guy in the industry and just laid out pretty much seemingly every secret he's ever been told or known, and just came after everyone. But
who did he go after?
He went after Steve Harvey, Kanye West. He went after fucking
Kevin Hart.
Just
by the way, on Kevin Hart, go on about today or the day that you're listening to this. Go on Kevin Hart's TikTok at about 4.
Oh fuck yeah!
At about 4 p.m. Is it 4? Go on Kevin Hart's TikTok. He'll be like, and Netflix.
This is important. So you're watching this
on Friday.
So today,
it's the Friday the something
at 4.
Is it 4?
I think it's 4.
Check.
Look it up.
Check. I'll explain. Go on either Netflix or Kevin Hart's TikTok.
Yeah.
Because they'll both be doing a live stream. This live stream is going to be Q&A in London with 30 people in the audience. 2 of those people will be me and Erosha. It's very confusing why this is happening, but it is. We had the chance to ask him a question and we just couldn't think of anything. Annoyingly, we could have done something about Cat Williams, but
I think it would have been funny to ask him if he'd ever been called Kevin Fart. To be honest, if I get the question,
what? If you get the question,
I can ask him whatever I want.
True.
Because I put forward a stock one
This
about
isn't-
if it's something about why he thinks there's less straight comedy films.
Yeah, this isn't communist Russia.
So if they're like, oh, we passed we passed that question, now Horatio, over to you.
Yeah, and you could be like,
so has anyone ever called you Kevin Fart?
and just the organiser's like, fucking
I don't know how much that would actually affect my career.
Kevin Fart.
If they gave me a question and I purposely fucked them on a live stream, there's millions of dollars at stake. Not at stake, but like.
And you think that's going to tank the film?
They've got a lot of money there.
You think that's going to tank the film?
But if you've spent money on advertising and someone purposely...
Some fucking dick.
Someone's purposely trying to make a publicity stunt for themselves. This is with TikTok. You know, would that actually...
And Netflix.
They could fucking...
And Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They probably shadow banned us for a while. What if we both stood up at the same time and said it at the same time?
What, and harmonised?
Yeah.
Fart.
Wait, anyway, quickly, what time is it? Just if you have a chance, see if you could see us in there.
4 p.m.
4 p.m.
And it runs till 4:45.
It's 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk about that after. But just like it might be, I think this is the only other chance. We think we're going to be in the same room as Kevin Hart with only 30 of us.
Yeah.
It
Dress
could be-
code smart casual, by the way.
I better wash my pants.
Better wash my
We got those
bum.
pants in the wash.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, we're going out after,
Yes.
so it kind of works. Anyway,
Yeah.
yes. Cat Williams. We need to do this before the end.
Great. Yeah. So Cat Williams said a myriad of things and didn't miss a beat. I mean, that guy.
Yeah.
You could tell he's smart. I mean, very unhinged, but there was barely any ums or stuttering. He for 3 hours sat there getting drunker and drunker, just taking names. All right. So
Sometimes he misunderstands the question fundamentally.
Sure, yeah.
Quite a lot. I've realised there was a lot of silences where the host has no idea what to say.
Yeah. The host. So Cat, who's quite short in stature, was perched on the end of a sofa.
Yeah.
Of the sofa, just kind of laying into all these people. And Shay, this big, huge NFL guy, is slowly melting the sofa because he cannot believe how spicy the tea he's getting. He just can't. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. Cat, no. No, Cat.
Yeah. I do also believe, I that's true on some moments because I'm now like an hour and a half in.
Yeah.
So there's obviously ebbs and flows. And there are definitely some moments where he's trying to understand what the fuck he's saying. Because although there are some... So, Cat, I went into it not because I'm a fan of Cat as well, obviously a genius. I'd never seen him be himself, like outside of stand-up.
Yeah.
I had no idea what to think. I was a bit disappointed that he was so mental.
Yeah.
Because there was like, there's obviously a lot of truth there, but there's a lot of insanity there.
Definitely.
At the same
An
time.
incredible amount of bitterness. I mean, what necklace was he wearing? I'd have no idea what that...
What was it? Woke?
Folk.
Folk.
It was like a
F-O-K-E.
cross thing where it says woke and then with an F. And
It wasn't
K,
symmetrical?
It was like folk.
It didn't. It looked like a kind of. It looked like a cultish.
Well, Cat brought an interesting... Changed my view of comedy, actually, when this TMZ video dropped maybe like 6 or 7 years ago of him getting into a fight with like some teenagers in a car park where he tries to sucker punch like a 15-year-old.
So you thought that's how I get big?
And then the 15-year-old beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And Cat had sort of disappeared and hadn't been seen in Hollywood for years. And then this was the first video that resurfaced with him.
It's a great place to resurface.
Fighting teenagers in a car park. And I remember thinking, seeing his routines where he has a really astute observational mind and you feel a lot of the time you're laughing with him.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like other comedians where there's like a clownish... They're obviously ridiculous, but he still is really in control.
Absolutely, yeah.
To have that, but also be the guy who's fighting 15-year-olds in a car park, maybe realise that comedy... I kind of naively in my head had always thought when you're laughing along with the comedian, you're all sort of on their side.
Yeah, it's almost like they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing, yeah. And now you realise, even if someone has relatable observations, it doesn't mean that they're not gonna
that they're a relatable person themselves.
They're not gonna fight kids in a car park.
Yeah. Well, it'd be fun if you start doing relatable observations about what it's like to fight kids in a car park that the audience just don't. You know when you're fighting these kids in a car park? But my favourite bit from it was a lot of it, the reason he came on the podcast was to respond to, can't remember, an actor that I'd seen but I didn't know of, who had made some aspersions, I guess, about a film. The film that made him big, Next Friday or something?
Yes, I don't actually know a lot of these films.
Yeah, neither did I. But So he came on and he was going for about half an hour. He was going in on liars.
Yeah.
And like, he was like, I don't know why liars lie.
Yeah.
And was going on about that.
Yeah.
And fair, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And then at one point he said between the ages of 8 and 12, he read 3,000 books a year.
Yeah.
That's about 8.5 a day.
Did he stutter?
He didn't. All non-fiction. 3,000 books a year. And
that's a lot.
The point about that is that it's not that it's a lie.
Yeah.
It's that he settled on 3,000. He paused in his head.
Yeah.
So
Quick
he was
maths.
like, it wasn't like...
He counted all of them in his head.
He paused
in
and he
that
was
time.
like, how many books
1,
roughly
2,
would I
3,
read?
4, 5.
It's that he thinks that that's an acceptable lie. 3,000.
He thinks he can get away with it. That's what annoyed you.
Yeah. But he's like, yeah, 3,000. And Shay's like, Let me just... I
would also be in that
and then
age.
he went non-fiction.
It's incredible.
He said he'd read all of the encyclopedias by the time he was 12. Look, guys clearly smart, but right, 3,000 divided by 365. That's 8.2 books a day.
Yeah.
8.2 non-fiction books a day.
There was a lot of allegations that I don't quite understand. Like, he sort of implied that Harvey Weinstein tried to suck his dick.
No, yeah, yes.
Yeah, it was trying to suck his dick.
He didn't sort of imply. He said directly that
And this
Harvey
isn't the
Weinstein
Weinstein
offered to suck his penis in front of all of his peers.
Which I don't know. None of the Weinstein allegations
were so overt.
Well, they were always with him lusting after young women in the industry.
Yeah,
like I just didn't know
there was gay stuff.
I know there wasn't. I don't think
was there not? Am I thinking?
Don't think so. It was all like Jennifer Lawrence. It was all those kind of people, you know. Cat Williams, that really
doesn't seem to fit his type.
That really adds a different element to the Weinstein allegations, where he was just like
anyone. Well, because he made it sound like
Cat Williams is a ridiculous looking fella. The idea that you're like trying to suck his dick is like, it's God. True. The lad is Moorish. He's Moorish. Christ.
Well, he painted the picture that Cat was there in like a room with all of his pals, and Harvey Weinstein just wanders in, going like, "Hey, Cat, do you want to suck my dick?"
No, I think he said, "Can I suck your dick?" I think the implication. Yeah. So that's what's even madder. It's not like you can suck my dick.
Yeah,
Can I suck your dick?
Can I suck your penis? Yeah. What's that? Yeah.
You know.
Well, and then he implied that
Then he turned it down, but still got an audition, and then in the audition room or in the actual film, there was 4 other black guys, and he wonders what they did, implying that they all Harvey Weinstein sucked them all off.
Well, was there no gay?
He had amazing call out. I mean, Steve Harvey got a lot of it. He said that when Steve Harvey quit stand up to go into TV and film. So I think Steve Harvey had said that he'd kind of completed stand-up, and Cat Williams calls bullshit. He says the reason that Steve Harvey stopped doing stand-up is because on stage, Cat Williams and Steve Harvey were on stage at the same time, and Cat Williams pointed out that Steve Harvey had been wearing a wig the whole time, was actually bald. And Steve Harvey, so humiliated, never did stand-up again, which is absolutely...
The delusion.
It's absolutely incredible.
Can you imagine if he actually did?
And then, I mean, he's taken the wig off as well. He's gone to TV and he's chosen to be bald as well. It's the idea that he's like, well, I guess that's
it then. But that's like his. But can you imagine one joke and that he just decides like
that's it. One audience. It's not even recorded.
I'm a fraud. And then he just hosts. What does he host? Family Fortunes.
Family Fortunes, I think.
Yeah, I'm an hour and a half in. It's astonishing.
Yeah,
it's confusing. It's astonishing. It's funny.
There's a great one. I don't know why it made me laugh, but when he's trying to defend himself against allegations that he's used drugs before. He goes, I got 5 daughters. I got 5 sons.
I actually think it's because he's saying, like, stop making these allegations. I have kids.
Do you think?
Yeah. And I don't think he wasn't using the kids as evidence as to why he hasn't done drugs. He was like, stop making these allegations. I've got kids.
10 kids.
I've got 10 kids. One of them's going to hear it. But like, he doesn't not appear that he's not on crack.
Sure.
There's a sniff of it. I think it's just because he's getting progressively drunker in the interview.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to know.
It's impossible to guess. I don't think
it's kind of a great interview for the post-truth age. It's sort of like
who knows,
whatever.
Sure. But then no, because all of the comments are like, you see, it's got like 50 million views now. Yeah. All of the comments are like, this is what people need in the modern world. It's like real talking, honest, truthful stuff. And I'm like, you can't. That isn't. Harvey Weinstein came to my penis. Is that? Exactly, truth and honesty. I read 3,000 books a year between the ages of 8 and 12, and people are going, "That's the kind of honesty
That's what we need.
That's
we
what
need someone who's a
There's
real
obviously
talker.
some truth in there.
Yeah.
There's everything's true. The thing is, he's so believable because he believes everything.
Yeah.
Because there's
He
a
is
point
very believable.
because everything he says is true to him.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter that is this post-truth.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that he didn't read 3,000 books a
Reality
year.
is a suggestion.
In his mind, he did.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
And therefore he's telling the truth because
Yeah.
he believes it.
Yeah.
So that's like good for you. That's why it's so impossible to discern nonsense from truth with him because you're like you just believe everything.
We're going to move over to Patreon now. Is there anything special we're going to do? We might do an exercise challenge, me and Andrew. I might do Bloggolate's arm workout.
Well, we should do that at some point. We could do that this week.
Thanks very much for listening, guys, and we'll see you next
Bye.